Hello, Forrest from Sevierville. Just gonna do a little video on this 2022 Bolt EUV. I've had it maybe 2 weeks. I like it. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion. I'd probably take it over that Corvette though, I'm sure. Just because I'm not a big Vet fan. Although there's too many of them those around. I don't see too many of these. I wanted to talk more about what I like about it. I mean, there's all kind of videos about driving and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to give you a whole lot of technical information. I don't know a lot of technical information. I traded my 2017 Volt, which started having a few little problems. The auxiliary heater went out. The battery energy module went out, and the main battery relay went out. So they were all like $2,000 or so to fix. 2 of them are covered by warranty. The auxiliary heater, of course, was not, because every single battery car I've had has an auxiliary heater and it will go out and break, and it's never covered. Even though it's considered a maintenance item on the battery, it wasn't covered by the Voltec warranty. So I ordered this car about 3 months ago. I had to make a few payments while I'm waiting on them to replace the battery. I guess they replaced the battery and everything, so that was part of this. It just seemed like a good opportunity with the $6,000 rebate also to get into one of these. Had to find one that would sell it to me though. Eddie's Chevrolet in Wichita, Kansas actually sold it to me without the battery in it yet. So I made a few payments while I was waiting on it. Had to drive a truck around. I've already saved probably $200 in gas in just the 2 weeks driving my truck, having this car instead of having to drive the truck, I should say. So this is what it looks like. I've got the utility mats coming. They haven't arrived yet. I did tint the windows, so I put the visor in front. I mean, I guess that kind of stuff isn't standard. I like the color. Some folks don't really like the outside shape of this, but I'll say the interior is roomy. It's much bigger as far as for seating than my Volt. Like the back seat is, I would say the back seat is twice the size, at least. It has good, comfortable for 3 people. Not a lot wider, but a lot more space in general. Not so cramped up. And I love the fact that you don't step over anything. You stand into it like a regular SUV. There's no raised edges, so you're not hitting that. This one's even lowered a little bit, so it's nice and easy to step into. It just makes it nice and keeps it clean. The two-tone interior is nice with the gray around it, so it stays clean looking, because white is not my favorite color to have in a car. But the display is nice. It's huge, as you can see. It's much bigger than the other one. Heated and cooled seats. I mean, this had literally every feature, so except for a few things that I thought that came with it. I thought it had Super Cruise. It doesn't have Super Cruise. I also thought it had a lifted tailgate, but I come find out it doesn't have that. I mean, I just don't know how these things seem to be listed. They're not there, but I looked at too many vehicles. So, but this is the trunk. It's not tiny, but not huge. Definitely smaller than the Volt. The Volt I could get probably twice as much in the hatchback, but this has the seating. So, and you have a similar size area under this, which is pretty good size. But I mean, the inconvenience of having to lift that up and to get stuff under it. I mean, you could just take it out and put it all in there stacked up, which would be fine, but I might do that. But right now it works like this. I just store stuff under there that I don't get too much. So the back window is small, but like I said again, I'll show you some more features here. I like the car. Turn it on right here. As far as for mileage, the highest it's charged up to, obviously the weather's still kind of warm. It's in we're in October right now. It's been fairly nice. Sometimes they'll charge up to 272 miles is what it says. Your range is always in the 300, but it's been super efficient. Like, I've not run this car down below 180 miles one time other than the first day, because I drove it all day, Knoxville back and then another place and whatever, and I still had 80 miles left, like I said. So more than enough range to get me around. Charged pretty fast too. Like overnight it charged pretty quickly on a level 2 charger. Now plugging in level 1 charger, I just don't think that's gonna make a lot of sense. It's just not fast enough plugging into a 120 volt. This is a cool feature that I didn't know it had. So that was a little bonus for me. This camera mirror, so you can put it to the regular mirror here. Like I said, you can see how cloudy that is, hard to see, but then the camera, it's awesome. And you can even play with it. You can adjust, like, you can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the height. There you go. Or I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can adjust the height, and you can also adjust the strength, like zoom in, zoom out. So that's a cool feature on this car. Automatic windshield wipers, automatic bright lights. The Bolt, you had to turn the lights on and off. This one, you don't have to do that, so that's cool. It stays on. The adaptive cruise control, I love. It's good to have that back. I had that in my first Ford Fusion Titanium. And you still have your little paddle here to play, so you can, you know, stop the car like on deep hills, slow it down with the engine. But I'll tell you, with the 1 foot driving, this is taking me a little while to get used to. It's not hard to drive, but when you're in slower speeds, the car is constantly slowing down, so you kind of have to keep it at a pace or it'll just stop on you. So that's just something to get used to. But, and the smart screen works so much better, so much more intuitive. Hooks up with the phone so easy. It'll send you a message out if you want. You know, all you gotta do is the "Hey Google," or, you know, I'm sorry, I have an Apple. "Hey Siri," and it'll send messages and whatever else you need to do. I am not hooked up to Apple CarPlay right now, but other than that, the glove box is kind of small, but very nice. Oh, and it has the wireless charging down here. I've never had that before, but that works pretty good too. Kind of slow, but it works. So good luck with yours. If you like it, let me know what you think about your car.